Hey everyone, it's Jessica, and today I am doing my very first layout for SpiegelMom Scraps design team, and my code was just there on the screen for you. If you want to save 15% in the shop, use code Jessica15. And I'm just super excited because this is my first layout for the team, and I am going to start this off by using a Peartree Cutfile on my Cricut, which is this giant Easter egg, and I have cut it out in smooth white cardstock, and then I have backed it with some vellum. And I actually cut the vellum on my Cricut as well, but my machine doesn't do super well with cutting vellum, even on the vellum setting. So sometimes it tears it up a little bit, even with a brand new blade and a brand new mat. So I did have one spot here where I had to back manually. As you can see, I'm kind of trimming it out, the piece that kind of got caught up in my blade, and then I'm just using that negative piece from the center to just back that little piece manually. So not a huge deal. I'm just using my Nuvo liquid adhesive to back that, and then I've actually cut out a solid pink layer for my back of it that I'm going to use to make a giant shaker pocket for the challenge layout for one of our challenges this month for NSD, which is National Scrapbooking Day. And I am just going to cut out, just manually here with my scissors, I'm going to cut out a sheet of acetate to kind of sandwich this in between, and then I'm going to use the Big Mama foam tape that is in the SpiegelMom Scraps shop. So I'm just going to pop this tape down all around the outside of this giant Easter egg. It does show through the vellum just a tad, but I don't so much mind because I really like the effect and the way that it looks. It kind of adds an extra outline. So I really actually like the way that it turns out. And I am just layering this all around the outside of my backing piece, and that's what's going to hold all of my beautiful sequins inside and make that shaker pocket. So you want to have kind of a layer in between and some dimension in there to pop that up so that you have a little window to hold all of your sequins in. So I'm just finishing that off here. That's going to be my backing piece. It's just a sheet of textured basil cardstock. And then I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this down to my background paper, which is actually one of the background papers from, I think it's called Bloom and Grow maybe, or something like that by Simple Stories. I'll throw it in the description below once I look. And then I'm using this beautiful sequin mix called A Spark of Joy by SpiegelMom Scraps, and I just love this so much. It's so pretty. It's such a really pretty spring colored mix. And then I'm going to put all of those in there, and then as you can see here, I am just adhering down my sheet of clear acetate. So as you saw, I wiped it down. I have, it's like one of those eyeglass cleaning cloths, and they work really well to get all the fingerprints off of those clear acetate sheets. So I just wiped it down with one of those. And then I'm just adhering my top piece. So that's my finished little Easter egg shaker pocket. And then here is my beautiful photo of my little girl. I turned it to black and white because as you can see, she was posing by a bunch of Easter eggs, and it was such a colorful photo. And I have trouble scrapbooking really super colorful things sometimes, so I decided to change it to black and white so I could use a lot of color on my layout, but not so much from the photo, if that makes sense. So I didn't want to have too much color. And I just love that photo. She's so sweet, and she just loved all those little Easter eggs around her. So I'm grabbing some more of that foam tape. I'm just going to pop this up so that the dimension matches and it doesn't get kind of stuck down in my book. I didn't want to smush the edge of that photo, so I just wanted to pop the edge of that back up. I really wanted to use this little smile title from that collection, but in the end I ended up ripping that back off. I didn't actually stick it down. I just cut it off of that sticker sheet so that I could move it around and kind of have a play with it and see if it would go on my page and look okay. So I'm glad that I didn't actually stick it down because I ended up pulling it back out and not using it. But I do use a bunch of these cute little flowers that you can see me cutting apart just because I'm tucking them in around my photo. And then I actually pull out a Hip Kit Club kit from a while back. I'm not even actually certain which one it's from. I think it's actually a couple collections mixed together. And I pull out these letters from it, as you can see on the left of my screen, and I'm going to make my title with that. and I'm just kind of flipping through this book just to see what else I can put up here. I see this little cloud and I really want to use that, but it needed something to make it pop out because it really blended in with my background paper. So I just decided to just draw a black outline on it, and it really worked out well. So here I'm just going to add my title with these Hip Kit letters, and I'm doing this backwards, and I actually spelled it wrong at first when I started putting my letters on, so then I'm like, oh, that's not right. So I moved them over a little bit, and it's supposed to say, hello, it's Easter. So I put my hello down below by the photo, but that is my title, Hello, It's Easter, because she was just so happy. It's her first Easter, and she was really enjoying herself. So I thought that would be just a fun little title. And I had a little bunny somewhere on my desk that I pulled out of a Hip Kit, and I lost it for the longest time. I was actually going to put it to the left of my title, but I could not for the life of me find it the entire time I was making this layout, and then I end up finding it at the very end. So it does pop in here, but not in the same place that I had originally planned. And you know what, that's okay. Sometimes things work out for the better. I think it would have looked, it does look a lot better where I end up putting it versus where I was originally going to put it. So if that makes sense, it actually turns out for the better in the end. So I guess it's a good thing that I lost it for a little bit. I'm just gonna pop in a couple of these little foam bits. I'm gonna pop up some of my flowers for some dimension. You can see me alternating there between my glue and my foam adhesive, just popping some things up. And then I'm tucking in a couple of those little foam embellishments as well, like those little ladybugs, and I popped in a little foam flower. So I'm just basically sticking everything down and just embellishing a little bit. I want to add a couple more of those cute little ladybugs and maybe some flowers down here. I really like how that looks with some extra flowers down in this bottom to create another cluster. So I'm just going to build that up a little bit, and I'm just going to continue just adding little things here and there. I'm not going to add a whole lot to this layout because I really want that shaker pocket to be the focal point along with my photo. So I want to keep it the focus on both of those things rather than take away from it by adding too much stuff to it, if that makes sense. So I'm just tucking a couple more flowers in here just to add a little bit more to that cluster. As you can see, I'm just playing with different ones here, trying to see which ones I like in there. And I'm just tucking little bits and pieces in, and I just love all these little cute flowers, and the collections seem to go together really well. So it worked out well for this one to grab that Hip Kit Club kit and add some bits from that, and then add some from this Simple Stories line as well. So I love these little sticker books because they have so much jam-packed in there and just so many goodies, so you really get a lot out of them. And yeah, so there's my little shaker. As you can see, it's super fun. And I'm just gonna glue my little butterfly down. I love that cute little butterfly. And then here's my bunny. I found him right at the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and please stop back for more. And again, if you need to order any sequins, my code for the shop is Jessica15. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.